Well, hello everybody. I'm Alex, this is Josh. We are the target audience. Content is made for absolutely everybody, but we think it's specifically made for us guys, and hopefully for you guys as well. Today, 2x2, Season 2, Episode 2, Star Trek, the original series. Who Mourns for Adonais? Not Adonais, Adonais, A-I-S, interesting. Season 2, Episode 1 was one of the best Season 2 debuts, or even debut episodes ever, in my opinion. It was fantastic. It hit all the notes. A bunch of new character stuff. Sulu's got a buddy. The big three are always great together, bouncing off their different ideologies and characteristics. Got to see a little more of Vulcan. Got the couple Vulcan and classic Star Trek lines dropped, and yeah, man, I feel like this is really going to hit the episode 2. It's going to keep that train going. It's going to hit that stride.
Yeah, hopefully. As far as episode 1 goes, I think you kind of hit on it, but I think it's a really solid episode. I don't know if I'd put it up just yet with my favorites, but it was really solid. But I think above all else, it was a great season premiere, like you said. A lot of TV shows, especially current day, you go into a new season really excited, and more or less it's the same show. Maybe a new character, maybe a couple different character developments or new locations, but for the most part, it's the same show. But with this, it felt like a completely different show with the characters that we already knew and loved. I mean, the sci-fi elements just went to a completely new level, and I loved that. As much as I loved the first season, diving more into sci-fi is exactly what I was hoping for, and it delivered on that. So that was awesome. And yeah, just excited to see this next episode if it keeps that stride like you're saying, and also getting to see more of Chekhov, our new cast member, to see our new member here on the Enterprise, to see if there's any type of way he's involved in the story this time, or if they only gave him that hot start in the first episode and now he'll fall back into the background. It'll be interesting to see.
Sulu gets a new buddy every episode, like different ethnicity, different accent. It's just a Sulu show bouncing off between it. But yeah, to explain strange new worlds, or to explore new worlds, whatever it says in the intro, and it feels like they're doing a good job of that, especially with Vulcan. So I'm excited to see where we're going next.
Absolutely. Well, if it's your first time here, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we just recently watched Galaxy Quest for our 2,000 subscriber special. That's up on the channel as well. And if you really like Star Trek and the rest of the stuff that we're watching and enjoy our reactions, you can join our Patreon. The link is in the description. And we do all of our full uncut reactions to the entire episode that you can sync up with the shows and watch along with us. You also get early access to these YouTube edited videos and some other exclusive stuff there, so you can check that out too. But we are going to go ahead and jump into episode 2, season 2 of Star Trek, the original series.
I'm excited for the new intro.
Oh yeah, to see how we feel about it when we know what's coming.
The system has been almost the same.
Yeah.
A strange lack of
Oh,
intelligence
Scotty.
on the planet.
We were talking about how he wasn't there in the first episode.
There's nothing like a wee bit of coffee to get you back in shape. Join me, Carolyn?
All right, Scotty. Just let me get...
Damn, Scotty. Hell yeah.
Could you get that excited over a cup of coffee?
Well, even from here, I can tell his pulse rate's up.
Gentlemen,
I like to think of it not so much as losing an officer as gaining...
come along.
Actually, I'm losing an officer.
What in the name of...
Is that a hand?
Am I seeing things?
Not unless I am, too. That thing's a giant hand.
Not living tissue.
A trick, then. A projection?
Not a projection, sir. A field of energy.
Oh!
We can't move.
Typical of the Enterprise, everything's going fine, and then just you run into a giant hand, it shuts down your ship.
It's always something. Oh, I forgot about the vocals.
Oh, man. Just holding it.
The Enterprise has been stopped in space by an unknown force of some kind.
This would be an interesting episode to see the original effects.
Captain, a most curious development on scanner 5-7.
That's all. Take a look at it, Mr. Spock.
It's a beautiful man.
You are most welcome, my beloved children. Your places await you.
Please identify yourself.
We shall remember together. We shall drink the sacramental wine.
Who's this, Jesus?
It's like trying to talk to a NPC.
Agamemnon, Hector, Odysseus.
Never mind the history lesson. Release the ship.
I invite you and your officers to join me, but do not bring that one. The one with the pointed ears.
Oh. Why you gotta do that?
No sad faces. This is a time to rejoice, not to fear.
So Spock just gonna be on the ship alone.
Oh, but Chekhov gets to go exploring, huh?
Interesting, yeah.
Archaeology, anthropology, ancient civilizations.
Correct.
Well, we're going to need help in all those areas.
I wonder if Scotty's romance with this lieutenant will come into play.
Little B plot coming into the main plot, maybe? Were those Roman names that he said earlier?
Yeah, I think either Roman or Greek.
I am Apollo.
And I am the Tsar of all the Russias.
That's a check.
Greek.
Zeus, Athena, Aphrodite, Artemis. We knew your Earth well 5,000 of your years ago.
All right, so like, okay, we've done the Godplex plenty of times. What if they met one of the real ones that have been written in real media?
What is it you want?
You will worship me, as your fathers did before you.
Oof.
Let the lesson begin.
Oh, no.
Welcome to Olympus.
Actually looks pretty good.
Oh my god. It's so funny to see the fucking green.
Transporter and communications?
Very efficient.
Spock's in the chair.
Locate all life forms. I want to know what's going on down there.
What you've said so far makes no sense at all.
Oh no. Glowing blonde hair. Here we go. Glowing.
How like Aphrodite and Athena.
Scotty, watch out!
Beauty, grace.
He's gonna have to fight a god for his lady.
What is your name?
Lieutenant Palamas.
I mean your name.
Carolyn.
So I wonder if the theory is that Greek gods are real, but they're aliens.
Mm-hmm.
Similar to the MCU, I guess, with them being real, but actually technically aliens. To
Yeah,
us.
Thor and stuff.
Leave her alone.
You risk much.
And so do you.
Oh, Chekhov was ready to go, but it didn't work. Is that the statue behind her? Is that Artemis?
Come.
She's not
Of course,
going
now
with
I
you.
can't see. Oh, god damn it! Oh!
He knocked over the fruit.
Come.
It's all right, Captain. I'll go.
Gotta give it to Scotty, though. I mean, with all the evidence of this guy being a god, he's like, I don't give a fuck. I'll fight you.
Yeah, he's like, listen, guy, I had an interaction with her at the beginning of the episode. So now I'll risk my life.
I understand your concern over her, but she volunteered to go with him. Hopefully to find out more about him. She's doing her job. I think it's about time you started doing yours.
Ooh.
I want no more unauthorized action against Apollo, or whatever he is. That's an order. Aye, aye, sir.
Gotta lay down the law sometime.
Stiff-necked thistlehead, you could have gotten yourself killed.
And also be a little compassionate. Both sides of Kirk coming out. I like it. I like it.
Well, I've located the landing party, sir, but one of them seems separated from the other four.
And Apollo?
I've just picked up readings for our own peoples.
Wait, how does he know his name's Apollo? Didn't he say it on the planet?
Yeah.
He didn't say it in the transmission, did he? Oh, whatever. Not important.
It's lovely.
This looks like the Forbidden Planet.
I knew you would come to the stars one day. Of all the gods I knew when I waited.
So they all gave up but him?
Of love.
It was actually a pretty decent explanation. I didn't even think they were going to address it.
Some creatures can generate and control energy with no harm to themselves. The electric eel on Earth, the giant dry worm of Antos 4, the fluffy...
Not the whole encyclopedia, Chekhov.
Where's Lieutenant Palamas?
He is no longer of any concern to you.
You bloodthirsty SARS!
No! Oh my god!
Not good. Severe shock.
Severe shock, no pun intended.
You wanted worshippers? You've got enemies. You want us to bow down?
Man, talk about overpowered.
You mentioned Scotty drunk at a bar. It's like he'd fucking fight everybody.
Also, Kirk getting choked out in every episode.
Chekhov, give me a hand.
What was that look with Chekhov and Apollo?
I feel like he knows what's going on. Has an idea.
Apollo looked very strange when he disappeared. Tired or in pain. I don't know if it means anything.
There he goes, Mr. Chekhov. That might very well mean something.
Yeah.
Progress report.
Ooh, look at this. Little internal.
Speed is essential, Lieutenant.
Mr. Spock, I haven't done anything like this in years. It's very delicate work, sir.
I can think of no one better equipped to handle it, Miss Uhura.
Oh.
What else does mankind demand of its gods?
Mankind has no need for gods. We find the one quite adequate.
Nice.
Approach me. I said approach me.
We're busy.
Go.
They got that plan.
Oh, they're doing the It Chapter 2. Clown! Clown!
Mortal, you have earned this.
No, don't. Father doesn't destroy his children. You said you were just...
His eyes.
Please don't hurt them. Please.
I shall be patient no longer.
Captain, we've got to do something.
We were doing something until our brave lady stepped in and saved us. All right, Lieutenant, you can come down from Mount Olympus now. You've got work to do. You're special to him.
Yes. I love him.
Oh.
Reject him and we have a chance to save ourselves. Accept him and you condemn all of us to slavery, nothing less than slavery. Now feel that. Human flesh against human flesh. We share the same history, the same heritage, the same lives. We're tied together beyond any untying. In a universe without end. And the only thing that's truly yours is the rest of humanity.
You ever wonder how many speeches Kirk just has cooked up in his brain to spew out whenever it's convenient?
Yeah, or is he just that good off the top? Right off the top of his head.
He can just call it on the fly that well.
He's like, all right, let me just whip up a nice speech about humanity versus gods. Let's go.
I have some experience in that arena.
My good friend was turned into a god, and then I had to kill him.
I've chosen you.
Well, I'm sure that's very flattering, but I must get on with my work now.
Your work?
Well, surely you know I've only been studying you. Well, I could no more love you than I could love a new species of bacteria.
Damn.
Oh, man.
I order you to stay.
Is that the secret of your power over women? The thunderbolts you throw?
Oh, no.
Oh, no!
Fire those faces. That's an order, Mr. Spock.
Here we go.
Oh, I like how it's slowly turning red. I like that.
Scotty!
Come on, man. Damn. Couldn't afford to show it get destroyed.
I would have loved you as a father loves his children.
We've outgrown you. You asked for something we can no longer give.
I mean, you literally told them you would force them to worship you, so.
You were right. The time has passed. There is no room for gods.
They really introduced her just to traumatize her. The Greek civilization, much of our culture and philosophy came from a worship of those beings. Would it have hurt us, I wonder, just to have gathered a few laurel leaves?
Huh. No back on the bridge.
I think there's a... I think we definitely know that Gene Roddenberry has a lot of love and passion for old ideologies, you know, with Shakespeare and with the gods, Romans and the Greeks. And I think it's fascinating that he explored the idea that the gods were real, but maybe they weren't gods, or they think they're gods, they just have these powers, and they actually did come down. And when humanity outgrew them and they realized, you know, they don't worship them anymore, they're like, all right, we're out, you know, we're going to die, or we're dying, we're not receiving it. And then Apollo, like, waited for all these years. And they kind of, like, flipped it on us with the whole, like, oh, God, it's another God episode. But it turned out to be a real God from human history that, you know, has been publicized and researched and all that jazz. A little more character development for Scotty, a little kind of a simp a little bit.
Yeah,
but very passionate.
Big time simp in that one.
But very passionate. Yeah, a little bit too much, but he's very passionate. You know, every character needs to have some tragic flaws that point him out, that separate him from everyone else. Chekhov getting 2 in a row. Love to see that. But yeah, I thought it was fine. I mean, not as strong as episode 1 this season, I believe, but the guy who played Apollo was fantastic. Some nice character moments with Spock and Uhura. You know, Spock dropping that compliment, you know, that warmed my heart a little bit. I don't really have much else to add besides, you know, Kirk just, you know, killing it with his speeches and acting. Yeah. Shatner with his acting.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, a few things. I definitely agree that the guest actor who played Apollo, excellent job for what he was given. And also just an absolute tank. I mean, great casting.
Yeah. Jacked.
Also, the lieutenant, the female lieutenant, Carolyn, I think her name was. She also did a great job, I think. And I don't know if she's going to be in the show ever again, but it was nice to see someone else on the Enterprise get a little story there. Cool to still see Chekhov getting some good moments in there, really building that character. They're really putting a lot of stock into him. I don't know if Gene was a big fan of that or, you know, who was behind introducing him, but big fan of him so far. But when it comes to the story, I don't think I'm ever going to be a fan of these, like, God Complex episodes, even when it's a literal Greek god. I just don't find them super interesting. I feel like they'd have to do something very different and interesting for me to consider it, like, a really good one that I enjoy. You know, I don't think it was weaker than any of the other God Complex episodes. I would just say it's, you know, kind of on the same level as those, but I just, yeah, not really my thing. And then also, I'm really not a fan when they keep the crew characters in just one location, like the whole episode. Like, and I don't mean a planet. You can go different places on a planet or whatever, but like in this episode, they were just in front of that temple. You know, after they leave the Enterprise, they're just in front of this temple the whole time. And it's like when they were introduced to Apollo, I was like, oh, I'm very interested to once they go down to this planet, what that's going to be like. And when Apollo took the lieutenant away, the environment looked really cool, even though it's clearly just a set, but it looked really cool. But we don't get to see the crew do anything besides sit in this location and talk in front of the temple until they figure out what to do. So again, just a little bit lackluster in those respects, but I think it was fine. Just not a type of plot I really enjoy.
Yeah, I mean, not much to say. I mean, it was fine. It was fine.
All right, well,
after we said a lot, not much to say.
Yeah, I mean, I think with any episode of Star Trek, we could talk for, you know, half an hour about all these little nitpicky things, whether it's little things we liked or little things that we did that didn't interest us. You know, we could go on and on about them because overall the show is just very interesting and there's a lot to talk about, even when it's an episode you know you didn't really like that much. So, yeah, I did enjoy it.
Yeah, that's why we have a channel, because people come back and rewatch and they notice things, or maybe we have some retrospective that they didn't notice, or they point some things out to us that we didn't notice. And, you know, you die twice. You die when you literally die, and you die when you stop talking about it. But I feel like people are going to be talking about this forever, and I hope they do, because it deserves to be talked about forever.
That is our thoughts on Season 2, Episode 2 of Star Trek, the original series. If you want to hear the full extended discussion from us on this, go check it out on our Patreon. The link is in the description. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Become part of the target audience.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for watching along with us. I'm Alex. This is Josh. We are the target audience. Content is made for absolutely everybody, but we think it's specifically made for us and hopefully for you as well. Thank you again. We'll see you in the next one.